Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark, and hopefully sell them for a profit. Today is Thursday, January 16th, and I have 6 items that sold over the last 24 hours, but the 24 hours prior, I didn't have any sales. So keep that in mind. My gross sales amount is $148.33. I didn't sell anything on Poshmark, but I do have 2 Depop sales. And this first item had over 150 likes on Depop. That's insane, is it? I don't know. I don't know anything about Depop, but I just felt like that was a lot. And it's a skirt suit. It's wool. If I remember correctly, it's union made. But I don't know for sure. I thought it was union made. I couldn't find a union tag. It is wool, and Kirkland Hall is the brand. This had some, like, a lot of little minor flaws. I've had this listed forever. Like over a month. 17 months. So almost a year and a half. I found it at the bins, and yeah, it just has not sold at all. I had it listed really low. In fact, if you look at the product research tool on eBay, the average sale price is 11 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. It's already just been one of those mornings. Okay. If you look at the product research tool, the average sale price is $79.68 with only a 5% sell-through rate. And that's looking at just vintage skirt suit set wool. So not necessarily this particular brand. There are definitely some high-end brands that are going to sell for a lot of money. I have a really good example of that coming up here on another item. So this just has some, like, something on it. I'm just trying to get off. Okay. If you rub material against material, it'll get little, you know, not stains, but like if there's just like a little something on it, it'll get it off. Okay, this is sold for $24 on Poshmark. Nope, I'm sorry, Depop. I had it listed for $30. It is in my 60% off sale on eBay. I even, like, in my notes on this item, it just says, like, has a lot of flaws, take any offer. This had so many offers, so many likes on Depop. It didn't really have any interest on eBay or Poshmark that I can recall. Maybe when it first got listed, but anyway, it sold finally for $24. I did charge $10 for shipping, and that ended up being almost perfect. It cost $9.53 for me to send it. It is heavy because it's wool and it's lined. And the fees were $1.57, and that makes my profit $18.90. That's hilarious. I wrote some of my notes on the back of a little sticker thing. They're like frozen stickers from one of my kids. That's not the label. They're not going to mail it with frozen stickers. I mean, I could add the frozen stickers to it. Okay. Now, second Depop sale is this vintage sweater from Old Navy. It is lamb's wool, or at least has lamb's wool in it. No, it's 100% lamb's wool. Made in Thailand. I think this is a Y2K style. I feel like my husband wore this in our early 20s. But I don't know if that's the Y2K style that's popular right now. But I did use Y2K when I searched. My search was Y2K Old Navy lamb's wool sweater. That average sale price was $12.50 with 11% sell-through rate. So, you know, knocking it out of the park here with these sell-through rates already. But there's something about vintage stuff that I'm drawn to. This sweater I've had forever. In the fall, my daughter did a market, like a local market, and sold some vintage sweaters. It actually was kind of a flop. They didn't do very good. It was very frustrating. But I ended up I had a bunch of sweaters that I had taken out of my inventory, and then I thought I would sell them like in bulk or something, and I never did anything with them. So we put them in this market, and then I went through and I relisted some of them, and I ended up selling, I think maybe 10 or so when I did that, which was, I mean, that was good. I kind of guessed at my cost of goods on those, saying they were probably about $3. My average cost of goods is right about $2.50. So I think that that's probably pretty close. This one sold for $16 plus $9 in shipping. It did not cost that much. It was $5.86. Oh, $1.34 were the Depop fees. Had them listed, I think, probably 3 or 4 months on eBay. I didn't look to see exactly when I listed them on eBay, but that sweater had been listed for about a month on Depop. Okay, now on to eBay sales. I wore my North Face beanie because I sold a North Face beanie. This is, sorry, my lighting. It'll be spring one day soon, and I'll get to open my garage door. My lighting will be so much better. All right. Well, right now, it's too cold for that business. North Face beanies have an average sale price of $20.17 with 31% sell-through rate. In my opinion, that's pretty good, especially for a hat. I've had this one for about 10 months. I did buy it at the bins where you pay by the pound. So I say that it costs about $1. In reality, it costs less than that because it's by the pound and this doesn't cost very much. This sold I had it listed for, I think, 20, and somebody sent me an offer for 12, and I'm just trying to sell things right now. So I went ahead and accepted the offer. That makes me profit $8.93. I usually aim for about $15 in profit. However, with things like hats that don't take me very long to list, they take very little space, they don't cost me very much to purchase, to acquire, I don't mind a smaller profit like that, but, you know, 10 months, I would like it to be a faster flip. This I thought was going to be amazing, and it ended up selling in my clearance sale, and I think probably I maybe shouldn't have put it in my clearance sale just because of the time of year. But oh my word, how cute. Those little bees and bunnies, and they're holding like little flowers. So cute. It's a vintage Christopher and Banks sweater. This one's made in China, but we are at that time for a long time. If things were made in China, they weren't vintage, but now things made in China are vintage because I'm just that old. Anyway, what I looked up was vintage cardigan sweater embroidered bees. I added bees. And the average sale price was $35.43 with a 10% sell-through rate. Now, please remember when we're doing averages, it's an average. So some things might sell for very little, some things might sell for a lot. There was a Michael Simon sweater in there that had sold for $100. If you don't know Michael Simon, now you do. It's like overly embroidered and beaded. It's usually sweaters, sometimes jackets. I've sold, I think, 2 or 3 over the course of my reselling, which has been about a little over 3 years. And they're just gorgeous. They're really cool. Way over the top. Super fun. But yeah, this sold for $11.96. I would have had it originally at $30 and then probably marked the price down a little over the course of 14 months that I've had it listed. And now it was in my clearance sale, which was 60% off. Plus I do have a 15% off coupon. So they paid a total of $17.10. I paid $1.69 at a church sale, 14 months ago. So my profit was $6.82, which is not ideal. But I made my money back. I sold it. I'm happy. All right, the last two, yeah, hold on, I'll get there. I can't do two things at once. I have got some picking to do, as always. Yes, I have lint rollers. I hate them. I don't think they work. And so I just pick. I also have sweater shavers, but that's not the case for this. This is like little fuzzy. Okay. Distractions. The last two videos where I actually had sales, there was a woman who in 2 days in a row bought 3 different items from me, and she bought again. So I'm super grateful. Thank you so much. You have very good taste. This is Calvin Klein, which doesn't have like huge resale value, but it's really quality. There are some things in Calvin Klein, and this is a merino wool blend. It's really nice. A quarter zip sweater. Has kind of some contrast on the sleeve. It's really nice. Very quality. This, what I looked up was Calvin Klein. I don't know why I sell sweaters. They stress me out so much. And I'm always afraid I'm going to leave something on there. Okay. Average sale price is $15.29 with an 18% sell-through rate. I had mine listed for $19.96, and I believe she used a 15% off coupon, and plus shipping paid a total of $23.90. I've had this listed for 5 months. I did find it at the bins for $2, and my profit is $12.48. So thank you again. That's so kind. I was actually thinking about this the other day. In the comments, I mean, I talk a lot about comparison and contentment, and comparison a lot is social media right now, right? So what other YouTubers are finding, selling, and I was thinking about this with, I do know that some resellers on YouTube sell primarily to their audience, and I think that's okay as long as that's really upfront and honest. And Lori Tata actually just talked about how she's redoing her whole business plan, and really her whole plan now is to sell to her audience. Like that is how I understood her talking about it. Like that's her goal, that's her plan, is to primarily sell to her audience. And I loved that she was just upfront and honest about it. And I think any reseller that's on YouTube sells at least somewhat to their audience if their store is linked. And when mine wasn't, I got asked about it a billion times. I think a lot just because people are curious. I know I'm curious. I check out other people's closets and stores just to see what is selling, how they do things, what kind of items they sell, how many items they sell. Hold on, give me just a second, kiddo.
How many items do you have?
Just one. So anyway, even me to an extent now over the past month, I can think of at least, well, this woman has bought 3 times from me now, which is so wonderful. I'm so grateful. There's another, I actually have another viewer sale today, which it just blows my mind. So anyway, I want to say that if you want to buy from me, thank you. If you don't, that's okay. We can still be friends. That's not my purpose. But as far as I know, if I know someone is a viewer, and I would assume that sometimes people buy and don't tell me. Maybe not. I don't know. But I will always try and be honest. If I know, if I think about it, I'm never going to like deceive people and be like, oh yeah, this sold for. I was just thinking, like, I know there's one I'm not going to say that because it's going to end up being negative towards someone, and that's not what I want to do. Okay, anyway, I don't know what the whole point of that was other than I'm just trying to be honest and open with you, and I'm very grateful. This is like the coolest thing. I love this so much. This is like painted on, and it's this denim poncho that has fringe. I had no idea how to comp this. I had it listed so high. Like, I think I started it at $80, and then it was down to about $60, and it ended up in my 60% off sale. It's a something clothing, Ronnie Ram Incorporated. I don't know what that is. It's great. That's like a cool tag. Anyway, I think this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, this sold for $25.96 plus shipping. I do think they use the 15% off coupon as well, which, I mean, that's why it's there to use. So they paid a total of $30.95. I bought this at the bins because it's heavier. I did have this price, or the cost of goods as $4. It probably didn't actually cost me $4 to buy, but I don't know. It's just how I do it. I don't necessarily think it's the right way to do it. I don't know that it's wrong, but that's how I do things. Anyway, I've had this for 16 months. I am glad it's going to a new home, and it's going to get a beautiful life. Because it's so cool, and it does not need to sit here in my boxes. You know what I mean? It needs to be living. All right. My profit on this is $16.33. So thank you so much. All right. I do wrap everything in tissue paper, and I add a little thank you sticker. When I ship on eBay, it's mostly Ground Advantage, and so I use poly mailers. I did get gifted some poly mailers, so that was super fun. And then these I just buy on Amazon. I buy the cheapest ones I can find. All right. My profit for the day is $78.32, which for one day is fantastic. However, I didn't have sales the day before, so it's kind of 2 days, which is not great. It's definitely been an up and down month so far, and you know, a couple people have said in the comments, like, there's a lot of people doing no buy months. There's a lot of people who are just recovering from all the money that they spent at Christmas. It just does kind of tend to be a lower spending month in general, and I think that that's accurate. It feels accurate for me in my own life, so I don't know why it wouldn't be for other people as well. So I do try to keep that in mind. The question of the day today is, if you had a pet parrot, what would you teach it to say? And I think I would teach mine to say, thank you for joining me, or something like that. And I would let it sit right here and talk to you with me. That would be fun. Or, I don't know, maybe it could say like and subscribe for me, because I hate saying that, but they, whoever they are, tell me that that's what I need to say. So I'm going to say, like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. I'll see you soon.